Hi everyone, so today I wanted to just take a moment, just a quick little video showing you how to make these little Christmas tree ornaments. Very simple. They are just quite literally, you start with a granny square and then fold in order to create this little tree. Now for these, I did with this one, not this one yet, I did use to put on little ornaments. I just use this puffy paint. It's for generally doing shirts. Was originally what I always started using them for, but a bunch of different options that you can use. This is what I actually use for it, to actually add what look like kind of like little ornaments, lights all over the tree. Very simple, easy to create. To make these, we'll need our pair of scissors. You may want a darning needle for the very end to weave in your ends. Some people prefer using a stitch marker to mark the begins and ends of rows. And of course, if you choose to decorate some puffy paints in a variety of different colors, that is completely optional for you. I am using a 3.5mm crochet hook. And then of course, you're going to want your number 4 weight yarn, any color that you wish. I am actually just using this variegated green yarn for it. Now for this one, I'm going to show how to make a more of a solid granny square as opposed to your traditional, mainly because at my last show, I was asked a few times about making a solid square. So for this, we're going to create a magic ring. Then from here, we'll chain 2. And then we're going to put 3 double crochets into the magic ring. And then chain 2. And then what we're going to do is do more clusters. We're going to repeat this 2 more times. So 3 double crochets into the magic ring. And then a chain 2, 3 more double crochets into the magic ring. And then chain 2, then 3 more double crochets into your magic ring. Now from here, I'm going to pull the tail end of my magic ring in order to close. So we got, just like any regular granny square, 4 clusters of 3 double crochets. And then from here, I'm going to chain 1. Now into the top of that first double crochet of our round, that chain 2 in the beginning did not count as a stitch. We're going to half double crochet into that stitch. So yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop. So we got 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now, as you can see, what this does is, because we have the 2 chains for the corners, this basically just takes us to the point where we're in the very corner. So we're not, starting off here or anywhere else. This is just a technique so that you're at the end. From here, our next row, chain 2, once again, does not count as a stitch. And then right into this corner, this would be to the left of that stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets. Now into the 3 double crochets from the last row, we're going to put 1 double crochet into each. And then into your corner, you're going to put 2 double crochets. And then we're going to form the corner, so chain 2. and then 2 more double crochets into that same corner. So that's how you form the corner. 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. And then along the sides, we're going to put 1 double crochet into each of your next 3 stitches until we get to the end. I'll meet you back once we finish the last 2 double crochets to finish off the round. All right, now here we are towards the end of round 2. Once again, to finish up the round, chain 1, then into the top of that first double crochet of the round, we're going to half double crochet to finish up that row. Now for our third round, again, chain 2 does not count as a stitch. Then to the left of that chain into that space, we're going to put 2 double crochets. So starting the corner, but we just started at the end. Now into each double crochet all the way across from the previous row. So that is 7 double crochets. We're going to double crochet once into each, and then into our corners, just like the previous rows. 2 double crochets, a chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then our 7. Form the corner again, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. And we're going to repeat this all the way around until the very beginning again. All right, then once again here at the end, for the last corner, just 1 chain 1, then half double crochet into that first double crochet of this third round. Now for making the trees, I find that 4 rows is the best for it. Less rows would make you a much smaller tree. More rows would make a bigger tree. So I'll do 1 last row. So chain 2, double crochet 2 times to the left of where that chain 2 is. And then very same with the others. 2 double crochets into, or we started with that. Double crochet once into each stitch all the way across. So we had 3, 7 in the second row. This one would be 11. So 11 double crochets across. And then into the corners, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. And once we hit the end, for the last, we get the last 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then half double crochet. Do not cut the yarn or tie off. I will show you what to do next. All right, we've got our 4 rows for our granny square. And quite literally, remember, you can make these with any design for a granny square that you choose. Now I've left my yarn attached and on my hook. Pick out which side you want showing. I am going to pick this side, known as, some people call it the right side, and then they call this the wrong side. I think it's a personal preference of which side you prefer for your project. Now that we have this here, I'm going to bring in and down these 2 corners, and I'm going to, in our corners, we have the top of that one chain and the bottom of the other chain. So the lower side chains, I'm going to go through both loops of each of the lower chain for each of these corners. All right, now that we're through there, now to help keep it its form, I'm going to slip stitch along this seam up the back. So I'm working into, for this, it makes it, in my opinion, a little nicer, going into the back loop of the side closest to me, and then the front loop of the side furthest away from me, starting in the chain for the corners, and just do a slip stitch. All right, now that we're up, the 2 chains for that very last top corner, I'm going to start into one of them, put a slip stitch, and then chain 10. And then come back down to the other chain, slip stitch right into there. Then from here I can go ahead and tie off and weave in that end. Flip our tree back over. And there we are. We have our little ornament tree. As you can see, the back is just sewn right up the back. This is just folded up and held with the slip stitch. Quite simply a folded in granny square to create our tree. And then you can go ahead and add, if you want, just take your puffy paint, just add little dots, however you wish to decorate. Yep, that one's a little dry. And there you are for your own little decorative crochet Christmas tree. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a little thumbs up, like, let me know in the comments section. And if you have yet to subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button with that bell notification next to it so you can get a heads up every time I post a new video.